So I actually have no mother founder's clue what this video is about, but hi. Happy New Year. I don't know if there's anything particularly happy about it, but I'm feeling incredibly hopeful and incredibly optimistic, which is good because I feel like last year I didn't feel as hopeful. So maybe that's the key. Like, if you're pessimistic, you will get exactly what you deserve. And if you're optimistic, the universe will be kind to you and like bless you with happy situations. But yeah, I think this video is pretty much going to be more of a vlog type of situation where I'm just going to be talking to you guys about what's been happening in my life, what I hope to do in 2021, what to expect from me in January. Kind of like catching up a little bit because I think I last published a video like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And in that video, that was my colleague Putuma's rant review of her collective amnesia. So if you haven't checked that out, I would encourage you to maybe go check that out and then come back to this video, or I don't know, watch it afterwards, whichever works for you. I haven't really given you much poetry lately, so that's coming up. I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot more recitals because I haven't done a recital in a long time. Like, I've been giving you sort of like short films with me reading in the background or reciting the poem in the background while we have like this whole thing happening. And so that's still going to be going on, obviously, because I feel like I really love doing that stuff. However, I'm a bit limited now because we're kind of going back into lockdown, so that limits my movement to like where I can go and where I can film, especially also with my work schedule. I don't know if I will be able to be, you know, like around in the daytime to go places because it's kind of not safe for me to be walking around at nighttime, and it's not really like the best time to film anything at night. So I think I'll do a lot more recitals, which is just me and the camera and the poems. I'm not going to be publishing too much of Little Go Blues poetry anymore. I think, I don't know, I just feel like I'm not really in that space anymore, and I feel like we've talked about Little Go Blue enough. So if you haven't checked that book out yet, please do. The link is in the description. If you want more poetry from that, that's kind of how you're gonna get it. And maybe I will be putting a little bit on my Instagram. I do plan to go back to the blog. So in relation to Little Go Blue, I think with the videos that I've done so far, I'm going to be doing analysis on the blog, but not so much video recitals. What I want to focus on right now is Of Toxic Love and Growth, because we haven't really spoken too much about that book when it came out, or since it came out, because I feel like when it came out, I was kind of busy with school, and then, you know, we had the festive season, and I've been, you know, mentioning it here and then, but we haven't really gotten into the depths of things. And I know that I did do sort of like an Instagram special where I went live and I spoke about what the book was about, and I answered questions from some of my followers. I think it was a good start from then, just kind of giving you a baseline even before or just as the book was releasing, because I think we did the live on the same day. So yeah, I wanna dive into more of Toxic Love and Growth's poetry, and also the paperback will be coming out, I think, at the end of this month or the end of next month. I'm not sure where the Kindle Unlimited thing, I think it runs for 3 months. I don't think I'm gonna get it renewed, because although I think it has been getting some reads and some sort of like ratings in the Kindle community or on the Amazon reading platforms and whatever, I do want to make it physically available for you and available on more platforms as a whole. So I think the paperback will be coming out very, very soon, and I will allow you, and I'll let you know when that happens. But I do want to talk more about the poetry that is in that book, and eventually kind of move on from that book and start on with newer projects that I'm currently working on. But I want to talk about Outlag. I want to talk about Outlag because there's such good stuff in it and such good things that I kind of want to cover with you guys. So most of the poetry that I will be publishing will be from Outlag. So speaking of projects that I am working on this year and, you know, projects that I actually just am on, I don't know if I've spoken about this on the channel before, but I do have a podcast that I've been working on. So a friend of mine, her name is Mickey, we've been in discussions about a podcast and starting one and just really talking about what that would be like and what we would want to talk about and just trying to work around the logistics of it. Because obviously when we started talking about it, we were still together. We were still seeing each other every second day. And we could meet and we could record in person, and then lockdown happened and then we couldn't be together. So it was a lot of, so now what do we do and how do we work around this? And we've been planning it out. We've been doing the ins and outs, doing our research, you know, setting up the whole thing. We did the logo, we did episode ideas and stuff like that. We recorded a whole lot of episodes. So that's going to be dropping this month. I think around mid-January or towards the end of the January. And the podcast is called In the Smoke. So I will leave a link to our Twitter and our Instagram handles below, and maybe even our email if you feel so inclined to, you know, join an email list or something. I think we should set that up. I think we're going to set that up. So it's called In the Smoke. And our Instagram handles are, or our social media handles as a whole, are In the Smoke Pod everywhere. So that's a really exciting thing that we have going on. And it's different from what this YouTube channel is about, because here I mostly focus on bookish content and poetry and creative writing. And we just kind of go on a tangent when it comes to the podcast. So I think you guys would really enjoy it. It's not really like a serious type of thing. It's very lighthearted. It's pretty much two friends having a discussion about whatever. And discussion sounds like a serious word, but we're just having a chat. And we would love to have you guys have a chat with us. We will have guests. I think that's in the plans as well, to have guests and interview people. We have found a way to record a podcast while safely social distancing. So that's amazing. And so that's one thing that's going to be happening as well this year. We will be releasing an episode a month. So one episode every month. Just so we can get into the groove of things. Because like I said, right now we are not together. So it is a bit difficult for us to do like weekly episodes. And so we're just kind of like building momentum for the podcast and releasing an episode a month. So that'll be something fun for you to look forward to. So for the bookish side of things on this channel, I am going to continue with reviews and just ranting about my reading experience. I do want to look more into genres that I haven't really touched, and I don't think there's too many of them, but there are some genres that I haven't really looked at for like a couple of years, and that would be maybe sci-fi and what else? Because last year was kind of about my year of reading a lot of nonfiction, and then kind of diving back into nonfiction towards the end of the year, but diving back into fiction towards the end of the year. But I really want to challenge myself. I think I will always read stuff that I like, always, but I think at least maybe challenging myself to, for every reading period, I read a particular genre that I haven't really touched. So I'm looking into things like sci-fi and reading plays, and because I think I've read plays before, but never outside of the context of high school, you know, where we had to do it for an assignment purposes. So I want to do it just for me. And currently I am reading a play, and I'm really enjoying it. Well, it's a book that has a collection of plays. So I think I've just finished the first one, and I'm gonna cross over to the next one now. And so I'm going to be looking into that more. And I did mention it in my previous video when I was talking about Kaleka Putuma, that I want to look into more of her work and stuff. And poetry is always a staple in my reading diet. I feel like I'm really craving a lot of poetry right now. So I'm reading a lot of it because I really want it. So expect more, ranting videos on that and just stuff like that. I do think as well that in terms of the bookish content, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, that I want to do more read with me. So there is already like a study with me video, and I'm going to continue with the study with me's because I really like, study with me videos, and I like, building like lo-fi playlists, and I'm going to look into more like how to make my own type of music like that, and remixes and stuff like that. So a lot more of like my own mixes hopefully will be coming at us at the end of the year. So study with me's, and then I'm going to go do read with me's as well, because I think that's like a really good way to motivate myself to read as well. And I think that's about it. That's pretty much about it in terms of like what I have planned for the channel for the next couple of months, in the least, if not the whole year. I think as I go and as I get into the jig of things, more ideas will be coming at me, and I will just tell you guys about it. So thank you for joining me on this video that had no real purpose except for me to just like voice myself out to you guys on what I'm kind of doing and what I'm up to right now. But yeah, if you are new here, thank you for joining us on this video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It helps me out a lot, and like this video for more content like this. And again, if you are new here, consider checking out some of my videos and see if there's something that you like. Comment on what you like what you like, and tell me what more do you want from me, what are you expecting, and follow me on my Instagram. That's where I post a lot of my other content and stuff like that. And consider subscribing to the blog. I haven't really posted too much on the blog, but I am planning to get back into it because I think I mentioned this before. I do want to do a lot more of like poetry analysis and stuff on the vlog, because I feel like it's kind of hard to do that on video, but I am able to write about it and stuff. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of that. Most of it is on my own poetry. So if you are keen for a bit of a read, consider checking that out as well. So yeah, thank you for joining me on today's video. My name is RB, and see you on the next one. Bye.